Today's performance SUVs follow a very simple recipe. Take the engine and drivetrain from your fastest car, stick it in an existing SUV, change up the interior and exterior styling a little, and just like that, you have a proven performer in one of the fastest selling automotive segments there is. Now, after blasting to 60 in 3.5 seconds in a new Audi RS-Q8, I got to thinking about how we've arrived here. There are so many fast SUVs today. What started this trend, and who do we have to thank? Some might say the GMC Typhoon in the early 90s was the first performance SUV, and I'd agree, except they designed a very special engine specifically for the Typhoon and its brother, the Cyclone pickup. It only had 2 doors and was very rare and short-lived. I dream of owning one, but I don't believe that was the beginning of what we see today. But 5 years after the Typhoon was put to rest, Jeep decided to do something special with the first generation ZJ Grand Cherokee that was in its final year of production. Chrysler, who owned Dodge and Jeep at the time, didn't have an engine to steal from a performance car outside of the Viper, so they borrowed an engine from their full-size Ram pickup, and so was born the 5.9-liter Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. The Magnum V8 produced 245 horsepower, 345 foot-pounds of torque, and the all-wheel drive Jeep would sprint to 60 in just 6.8 seconds. The 5.9 ran the quarter mile in 15.2 seconds and was named the fastest and quickest SUV at the time in the world. And to put that into perspective, that's about the same 0 to 60 in quarter mile time of the same year Mustang GT.
So this was dropped off last night, kind of far away from my garage. I bought one sight unseen from an auction for 750 bucks. It doesn't run, and it was delivered to my house yesterday. So it was like midnight when it came in. I saw it right after work when I got home, and yeah, you guys saw it in the B-roll. That's pretty much all I've seen. So in traditional LegitStreetCars fashion, we are gonna examine this entire car for the first time together, and we're gonna try and get it running. So when you buy these non-runners from the auction, it could be a battery, it could be a locked motor. I've seen literally both on this channel. And so we're gonna hope that the bulletproof engine, these 5.9 liters are really strong. We're gonna hope that it's okay. It's only got 119,000 miles on it. So I am going to pop this thing into neutral, and then I finally get to use my ML55 winch. The remote for the winch is pretty awesome. We have a flat tire, so this would be a bear to try and push it more towards the garage where I have tools. That's what I'm going after here. So we are gonna go in, and let's see. Yes. I know you real off-roaders out there are like, what's the big deal? It's just a winch. Well, I've never had one before, okay? So leave me alone. Got the ML running, and this is sweet. This is so nice. I wanna wrap this up kind of evenly here. It's looking pretty good. So this is actually really fitting because my ML55 is a 2000, which is what I believe stole the crown from the 5.9 liter Jeep as the fastest SUV in the world. So now I own 2 of the former fastest SUVs in the world that aren't really all that fast anymore. All right, guys, so let's start exploring this Jeep for the first time together. I live for this kind of stuff. I love buying cheap cars from the auction, sight unseen, and just seeing what we got, all right? It's not that big of a gamble, although this one is a no start, and typically the auction house will at least try to jump start it because they can list it as a runner or a run and drive and get a lot more money. So it's probably not just gonna be the fact that it has a dead battery, but you never know, we could get lucky. So there is our engine. We're gonna first check over the fluids, see if it turns over, but I just wanna take a peek at this interior because that is an important part of the vehicle. 119,000 miles, and it looks pretty good outside of the rip in the driver's seat. We have some sunroof trim that's fallen off there, and I just wanna see what's going on with this stain. It doesn't smell or anything. I'm not like worried about anything kind of gory. I think this might be like some kind of paint or polyurethane or something like that, a stain possibly. Let's check out the back. Whoa, those are like the best shocks ever. All right, so kind of gross in here. Ooh, I wonder if this is a full-size spare with the same 5-spoke. That would be awesome. And yeah, this is pretty gross, not gonna lie. I don't know if this is stain or if it's oil. Kind of might look like oil. And what is going on here? Okay, all right, what is that? Oh, guys, that is like a big bag of, okay, all right, I gotta get some gloves. I don't know what is going on in there. Again, it doesn't smell, so I don't think it's anything gross like a dead animal, but there's a bag of mush. What is going on in here? Oh geez, I don't know guys. All right, I gotta get some gloves on. But before that, there is a big upswing on a car like this. So I paid $750 with shipping and fees. It was like about $1,400 to my door. I'm into this $1,400. But these things sell for big money in good condition. These are the original auction pictures. This is all I had to go off of before I purchased mine, except I had the help of my little secret weapon, autoauctions.io, and it is a phenomenal tool for research to make sure you get a good deal, and you can find all your auction cars here as well. So I knew right off the bat that this was a clean title, and this is huge, comparable vehicles. So if you guys aren't sure how much you should spend on a car, go to this website and it gets way better.
All right, so because of autoauctions.io, we know that this 2019 Corvette just sold for $24,000. It does have a salvage title, but this Corvette is on eBay right now. Same Corvette, still has a salvage title. They spiffed it up a little bit with a new windshield, gave it a wash, some tire shine. It's $32,000 now. But let's say you don't really care, you don't buy auction cars, you only buy nice clean title cars like this Tesla here. It looks absolutely perfect. Doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with it. It actually has a clean title as well, and it's commanding clean title money. Here it is just a couple months ago. It was in a pretty decent wreck. It sold for $45,000 and somehow it retained a clean title.
I'm gonna leave my link and coupon code down below in the description box. This is gonna save you money and get you free reports, and you can search the VIN of a car that you wanna buy for free to see if there's even a report available for you. Anyway, link and code down below. I got my gloves on, so let's hope there's nothing really gross in that bag. All right, I usually don't get grossed out easily. So this, oh, what in the world? What in the world is this? What in the world? Ew. Ew. No, what? It's gotta be engine oil and mud? It's guys, you know, it's nothing that smells. It's nothing that smells, all right? Oh, what is this? Oh, what is this? Hang on. It's just straight up mud, dude. It's just straight up mud. Why did this guy save muddy oil? What in the world? Am I gonna find like a rod in here? Ew, what is this? No, it's just muddy. It's just muddy oil. Is this thing leaking? All right, I'm gonna take out these floor mats because they actually look really nice. Let's just go ahead and dump this out. Now that I know it's not a raccoon or something weird, which would have completely destroyed the interior of this car. It would have been totaled for a biohazard. This is just straight up muddy oil. It is muddy oil. Really is not I don't understand it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand what's going on here. But this does not bode well for my car running. Because why? The only thing I can come up with is this thing was leaking so much oil on dirt, and the guy didn't want to like pollute the earth, so he just scooped it all up and put it in a bag. I don't know. I'm hoping that it wasn't from this. So I'm a little perplexed, as you can tell. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. We're gonna go see if this engine turns over. We'll check the oil. Hopefully there's some oil. And it's another one for the books, guys. I don't know what to say. And they got White Castle, maybe? God, I used to get this at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I just wanted a little snack, and it was pretty gross, especially how I felt the next day. I kind of felt like this little mush. Moment of truth here, please have oil. I didn't see a huge puddle underneath, well, unless it all leaked out into that field, according to my theory. Now, let's see here. Oh yeah, we got oil. We got a lot of oil. Yeah, someone really overfilled this, and there is no puddle here. It's sat overnight, so let's take a peek underneath. Well, so far so good. I don't really see anything pouring out. Let's see if we can get a good look at the oil pan. All right, there's our oil pan. Doesn't have a hole in it. Yeah, nothing. This thing really doesn't even leak. The oil pan's been done. We got a little minor seepage there. But overall, we're looking pretty good. There's the transmission pan, looks decent. Okay, let's see if the engine spins. Will this engine turn? I have Big Bertha. It is a 32 millimeter or something close to that to turn the crank bolt. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say this now. I'm probably gonna jinx myself, okay, knock on radiator hose. But if this thing turns, I think we're gonna be good. I think this engine will eventually run. These things, they just never die. My buddy Eric had one of these in high school. Look at that, it turns. He had one in high school, it feels good. And I've never seen anything beaten down to a bloody pulp than Eric's Jeep. He actually still has it. It never ever dies. He bought it in 2003. It goes off-road. It's never at anything really, but wide open throttle, out in fields, just, it's insane. And yeah, I don't think you can kill these engines. God, I'm totally jinxing myself, aren't I? But this one turns, it doesn't turn too easy. I think it's fine. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's zap it with some electricity and see if we can get some fuel pressure. ML's coming back for the assist here with some electricity. This battery is just totally dead. So we're gonna get this capacitor jumper on there as well. This thing's pretty cool. It's actually charging right now. So it charges off of your existing battery, even if it's low. And it charges up pretty quickly, and then it gives it lots of amps right at once to start even larger engines. So I'll leave a link. This is just off of Amazon. I've had this for a couple of years. It works pretty well. But yeah, this is almost charged. And obviously we'd rather have the ML running, but I want to hear what's going on here. And if you use these really, there we go, we're ready. If you use these really thick jumper cables, you don't really lose much through them, and it works out really well. So now we're just gonna hit this red button. See, it gives you a little counter. Oh no, I gotta get my keys. Where are my Jeep keys? Ah, and there it goes. I don't have my key. Oh, because it's in the ignition. Let's go. Oh no, it's just clicking. Huh. Oh, we got power. All right, we'll fire it up. We'll fire up the ML, give it some more juice. Let's see if this thing's got another one in it. Yes, it does. No. Starter's just clicking. Wow, that should be more than enough power to do something. All right, guys, so I've let this thing bake for about 10 minutes. I fully charged up our little capacitor jumper as well, and it just keeps on clicking. So we know the engine turns, so we know that it's not clicking because the starter can't turn the engine. I think it might just be the starter, and I got underneath there, and the starter looks really old. It's not new, so we're gonna go down there with a hammer and just beat on it. We do have fuel pressure, check it out. Oh yeah, we got plenty of fuel pressure, and let's see what it smells like. Yeah. Kind of a little varnishy. Actually really like the smell. It smells good, but bad. Bad for the engine, kind of. Should start. All right, guys, it's kind of hard to do this on the ground and film at the same time, but this is basically what I'll be doing. Just kind of beating on the starter. I'll do a better job once I put the camera down, but sometimes you can kind of revive a starter, at least get one more crank out of it just by beating it with a hammer. All right, I got a bigger hammer, and my neighbor is going to try and start it, so I'll be underneath there beating on it, and it is the original starter. It's got a sticker on there, so it's possible it's just a starter. It's clicking, so we know it has power. So anyway, I'm gonna go beat on it. All right, go ahead, Bernie. Oh, it did something. Oh yeah, it wants to do something. Come on. Okay, the starter, it wants to do something. You probably can't hear it on camera, but every once in a while it would be like, and now it's smoking, so it's a bad starter. I'm gonna get it out of here. We're gonna go see if they have one at the store. This could be a starter, guys. Got it. Get her out. Oh, you get spoiled having a lift in your garage. I used to work on cars like this all the time, though. And luckily, this is just about the easiest starter there is. And yeah, it's probably original. Look at that, Chrysler Corporation. So this guy is bad. Let's go get a new one. All right, I'm back with our triple tested starter. This was about 80 bucks. So our first initial investment going right into the Jeep. And let's cross our fingers this works. All right, guys, the starter is in. I didn't even put my tools away. I'm so excited right now. This could be it. This could be it. It could just be a starter, and my $750 Jeep could potentially crank over. I don't want to get too crazy ahead of myself here, but we have the jumper cables connected back to the ML, and we're not even going to try the booster pack. We're just going to go for it. We're going to see if this thing turns over at all, as is. Moment of truth, moment of truth. Oh, oh. Yes! Yes! Guys, I know I'm a little weird right now. I still get really excited about replacing a starter on a really old Jeep that a lot of people think is a total pile of junk. This is so exciting. This thing is cranking right now, and that just goes to show you how good those jumper cables are. The ML's not even running right now, so it's basically using the ML battery. But anyway, let's get to more cranking. Come on. Come on, 5.9. Come on, 5.9. Oh, it wants to go. It wants to go so bad. Okay. It is catching for a second and then not starting. I think it may have something to do with the fuel though. It does smell pretty varnishy, so it just could be bad fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and pop off the little intake dealie right here. I can't even talk, I'm so excited. And we're gonna spray some stuff in there and just see if we can get it to fire off at all. $750 5.9. I think it's gonna run. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now. It's gonna run. Comment down below if you think it's gonna run, and then if you think it's gonna shift and drive. I guess it's gotta do all of that to be worth it, but I got faith. All right, so I just took up the air intake. Air filter's not too horribly bad. And check out the little dual butterfly throttle body right here. Pretty cool. But unfortunately, I don't have any starting fluid. I don't even have any flammable brake cleaner. So unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to spray anything into the throttle body right now to see if it'll fire until I run to the store, which I may have to do eventually anyway. So let's just move on to the fuel system. All right, I'm gonna check fuel pressure right now. See what we got. Turn the key back and then turn it back on again. Oh, there we go. Oh, then it goes down. Try that one more time. Yeah, okay. There's probably a little bit of air in the lines there. That's enough. That's enough to run, that's for sure. I think the fuel is just simply really bad. All right, go ahead. Yep. Woohoo! We got good spark. All right, that's good. So we got spark from the coil, excellent. All right, so I took a plug out so we could check for spark at the plug where it really matters. I don't think there's really much of a plug left. Look at the gap it's got to jump. Champion plugs. These could be original. The original plug's 119,000 miles, maybe. But wow, that is insane. No wonder it won't start up right now. Okay, so we got to get plugs. I'll pull some more. And yeah, this fuel's bad, but let's one thing at a time here. Basics, people, basics. What we can do to drain out some of this bad fuel, because there's really not that much left in the tank, is we can jump the fuel pump relay. So we're gonna jump the 30 and 87 terminal on the fuel pump here. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, never mind, that is the wipers. All right, I messed that up. Fuel pump's this one, not that one. Okay, hang on. All right, so this should be the fuel pump. See how this works. Oh yeah, I can hear it right now. Okay, stay. All right, so we have it jumped over there, and here we are. The fuel is coming out. I know it doesn't really seem like much. You know, this fuel pump was putting out about 40, 50 PSI on the gauge, but yeah, normally it goes a little bit quicker than this. It's going through the gauge as well. I just have a little purge button here pressed in with a zip tie, but yeah, this could take a while. This could definitely take a while. It's usually quicker, but I'll take whatever we can get, and I'm gonna go get 5 gallons in here as well on the way to get the spark plugs. All right, guys, the whole jump into the fuel pump thing, it's not really working out. I've done this to a bunch of cars, Crown Vics and a lot of older stuff, and it works really well, but not in this case. So I got maybe a gallon out after roughly 10-15 minutes. I gave the pump breaks here and there, but I think it's just gonna take forever. So we're gonna do a little fuel injection cleaner. I'm gonna go get some heat, some water remover, and get that in the tank as well, along with 5 gallons of fresh 93, because premium unleaded fuel only. All right, I picked up some new plugs. I'm not gonna say these are the worst plugs I've ever seen, but they're in like the top 5. While the plugs are out, we are gonna do a compression test. I'm not gonna test them all. I don't think that's a real issue, but we might as well just see what that is. What do we got, people? What do we got? We're at 100. It's kind of a really weak battery. It's probably fine. Let's try another one. Okay, yeah, so we're at like 105-ish, so basically the same thing. I would imagine it should be like 150, something like that, 135, but nothing to worry about right now. This thing has probably been sitting forever. It's got a very weak battery right now. So anyway, if it's running poorly later and we suspect a real engine issue, I could do this again, but I suspect the reading is gonna be much, much higher. It's the next day. I ran out of time yesterday, had to go to work, but I was able to stop at the parts store, get us some heat, 5 gallons of fuel, some spark plugs, and some proper starting fluid just in case. We might not need it. And of course today is raining, but I don't care. I don't care. We're gonna keep on going here. And good till the very last drop. Get in there. All right, that's 5 gallons of 93. There's no gas cap. Okay. All right, we have some Autolite copper spark plugs, $2.89 each. We have some rain, and we have our tools. That's pretty much all you need to replace the spark plugs on one of these 5.9s. And then you drop one. Yeah. Okay, where are you? Come here. Don't do this to me. All right, it's raining. We gotta do this quick. Click, click, click. Let's check the gap on the new plugs. Yeah, right at 45 thousandths, good. And let's take a look at one of the old ones. Yeah, 80 thousandths. It's a little out. But I think if these were LS coils or any kind of modern individual coil on plug, it would probably still jump this, but we're talking one little baby coil for 8 cylinders. Not gonna happen, especially when one of the plugs looks like this. Take a look at my grass, guys. You guys always ripping on my grass? Oh yeah, what do you think now? Looking pretty good. All right, nice snug plug wires all the way around, brand new plugs. Getting excited again. All right, that's all she wrote. Yes, I am confident. I'm not even gonna leave this open for the starting fluid because I think it'll fire, and well, honestly, I don't have anyone to come over and help me again, so. Fire in the hole. Doesn't smell too good. It smells very fuel-y. Huh. All right, guys, I had a blown fuse right here. I have no idea what it's for. It doesn't really tell you anything. I dropped it here in the Bermuda Triangle of Death, but I don't have any mini fuses, so I gotta steal one out of one of these cars. Those I don't believe have any. Let's try the Escalade. No, 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 it's got super, super mini fuses. That is not gonna help us. I gotta say, YouTube is an excellent resource for just about everything. I didn't know where the fuses were on this, and they're right here. And there is a little, or a medium nowadays, 20 ampere. Okay, thank you. All right, there we go. Don't know what that's for. Let's hope it's for something important that makes it start. All right, let's do this. All right, little prime. No. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I did a little bit of research on the Jeep last night, and I think this has been sitting for 4 years, which would make sense because after I got some of that fuel out of the rail, it smells really, really old. So it hasn't been registered in 4 years, and it was consistently registered every year, obviously, before then. This could still be a bad fuel issue. That's what I'm thinking right now. We still have a ton of bad fuel in the rail and everything. So starting fluid, that should definitely fix it temporarily. We're gonna be replacing the fuel system with a can. All right, do not try this at home, people. This is bad. Don't do this. I'm a trained YouTuber. All right, just a little bit there. I don't have a second guy. Just do this. Let's try spark at the plugs. Spark at the plugs. We know we had it at the coil. We got good plugs, but you never know. Could be a distributor issue. You know what? The distributor has, the wires are all labeled with tape, like some and markers, like someone was messing with it, but they didn't do the spark plugs. So maybe they were having an issue back there. I don't know. Okay, so we definitely had spark. The battery was kind of weak. That's why we only had one. I didn't really crank it all that long. But we have spark at the plug. So next I want to see if we have power going to the injectors. So we're going to use a Noid light. So all we're going to do is crank the engine over and see if this light flashes. So you guys will know before I do. I got to go back and look at the footage. All right, so we have power at the injector. So let's just go over this. We have compression. We have spark at the plug. We have power at the injector. We have fuel pressure at the rail, and we've sprayed starter fluid in there, which would eliminate a fuel system really anyway, at least for a few seconds of it running. We don't know if the fuel injectors themselves are working. I'd imagine out of 8 of them, at least half would work and this thing would run a little bit. But that is not the case. I suspect timing, it's popping and backfiring, and with all of this stuff all over the spark plug wires, like for example, this piece of tape has a 4 on it, but the spark plug wire says it's going to 3 or something, and it goes to a different one. So I think something's going on with the timing. Hopefully they just messed up where the wires go. It just seems odd that they wouldn't have replaced the plugs at the same time. So they're Mopar wires. They probably are original. I don't know. So we got to dig into the timing next. I really think that's the issue. I don't think the engine skipped any timing or anything like that. I'm just being hopeful, I guess. So I'm going to take off the distributor cap, see what we can see inside of there. This could be, you know, maybe a distributor rotor issue, cap issue. Could be the fuel injectors just are not working at all. I can't look without taking the wires off. That's okay. I know where they all go. Gotta redo this dude's labels anyway. Get out of here. This looks good. This looks good. Why can't you just be bad? Cap and rotor look good. Darn it. Well guys, I sincerely hate to end the video here. I really wanted to get this 5.9 started. I thought that I could, but I gotta go to work. It's gonna start storming soon and I'm just kind of dead in the water. So a couple things that I wanna check in the next video. Please tune in for that one. I'm really crossing my fingers we can get it started. But I wanna pull the fuel rail up with the injectors already connected, still connected, and then we're gonna crank it and see if it's squirting fuel. And we may or may not have to remove the distributor. So I'll get it to point at cylinder 1 at top dead center. We'll figure out if the distributor is installed properly and then just kind of go from there. I mean, compression, fuel, spark, air, whatever, that's all there. It should work. Unless all 6 of the cylinders that I didn't check don't have compression. I don't know. We'll check that in the next video too. So anyway, with that said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this little 5.9 liter Jeep adventure. I hope you didn't take a shot every time I said 5.9 or 5.9 liter. Otherwise, you definitely didn't make it to the end of this video. But if you like this one, give it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe if you're new, check in for the next Jeep video, and most importantly, have an awesome day. I'll catch all of you in the next video. And there comes a plane trying to ruin my scene. I got it out, buddy. I got it out.